Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome. It's Sunday. Sunday afternoon here. Snowy as hell. Hello to everybody in my live chat. It's good to see you all. I know some email coming in last night at 1:30 a.m. I saw that at the time. Somebody must have been up late last night. I heard Derwood went on some scam channel and had an updated interview. Remember the one that we updated everybody on last week between Sonny Austin and Darren Geddes? Dude's all he's all triggered. He's all upset. So he goes over to this particular scam channel to have it out with her, and you should hear the story that he came out with on this particular channel. He showed a couple of sensitivities to AB in that sense. Oh, Darren, you can't even compete in my league, son. We own this dumbass in every way imaginable. He's over there threatening litigation against me. Well, please. That would be fantastic. Problem is, dude is homeless. You can't afford your next meal. That's going to cost some money. Not to mention, it would be frivolous. Considering I know where the lines are. I can step in where I can't step. I've been doing this a while, Derwood. That's the minimum of it. You should see. I didn't go over and listen to it whatsoever. I went and pulled the transcript and ran it through my analyzer. Derwood isn't fooling anybody in this scenario in that sense. I know what I come up here and say, what I don't say. I know how I say it. I know what I can get away with, what YouTube likes, what they don't. So that's a fantastic thing about pussyfooting around YouTube algorithm in order to keep your AdSense revenue money so they don't demonetize your video. You stay well within the framework. The closest I get to Derwood is referring him and his deception and comparing it to chomos. I can see chomos on YouTube in that sense and still keep my monetization. If I start talking about pedos or PDF files in that sense, which, by the way, is a word that Derwood introduced yesterday in this particular live stream, I've noticed. My analyzer did a fantastic job, and it filled me in exactly as to what it was he was trying to update people on at this point in time, and he's just been proven to be nothing but a liar. Nobody's suing anybody, dude. I'm going to continue to expose this freak on the daily and his little crew. He's such a racist, disgusting pig in that sense, too. And he's coming on with this racist element as well. Excuse me. What did it say? So, the overall... I'll give you a breakdown of it quickly before we get any further. Now, I've been having problems pulling a particular screen up, so I'm going to give it a try in a second. We'll do it this way. Do it a different way. We'll do it live. We're going to do it live. Let's see. We'll worry about that in a few minutes. Let me update you. Let me upload. Let me fill you in. So this stooge, Darren Geddes, is over there on a particular scam channel. What does it say? We're going to take a look at some things here. Overall narrative summary, some key deception indicators, truthful indicators, and overall assessment quickly in a quick manner. What was Derwood saying? So Darren strongly denies unaliving the children, Jack and Lily. He denies running a mathematics lab or being directly involved in their disappearance. Directly. So he's denying being directly involved, meaning whatever actually occurred, whatever fate Jack and Lily said, but he didn't deny clearly. That's almost an admission, and that's an embedded admission right there. He clearly didn't deny being involved by proxy. Exactly what it is that we're accusing him of. And let's be clear, that's continuing to conspire in order to disinform, misconstrue. We'll figure out exactly how involved he is because he can't shut up. He's going to tell us. He claims his flip-flop on supporting Daniel was due to new information about rugs and inconsistency. No, it's because we exposed him again the other day. He had to come up with an updated version of what people believe he thinks. Listen, that phone call, you stooge, you idiot, you moron. The phone call was way back in when? June? July? Way back in this summer. Also, you're updating people again and again. His theory on the disappearance, stupid believes the children are alive, taken by Malaya's First Nation family for protection from now rug dealers and traffickers associated with Daniel and Malaya. There you go again, you racist bastard. You're disgusting. Trying to incorporate everything else that's not really tangible because it only exists in your fantastical mind, fool, not in reality. Like, you're not speaking on anything you know anything about to begin with. You're a desperate old pervert who can't shut the fuck up. That's because you're involved at some point in time here, Darren. It's not important. You're just a distraction away from that fucking idiot Daniel Martel. This idiot believes the children are alive, taken by Malaya's First Nations family, which he claims to be a part of, for protection from rug dealers and traffickers associated with Daniel and Malaya. Right. They're just hardcore users, if anything, especially Danny. Is that why his hair's gone white? Have you noticed how fucked up his hair is? Dude, yesterday when I went to look at this thing... One moment, please. We're going to have a look right here. See, I thought he was like, maybe he was out in the bush or something and he got some snow in his hair and it was just on top of his head, still frozen. But I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Is his hair turning color because of stress? Is it turning because every lie he tells? Look at the fucking head. I think he did that. That's like in his hair. Dude, did you do that to yourself, man? That doesn't even look good. It looks like you just got back and it snowed in your fucking hair. And it doesn't even look good. It's not even going to look good when you put product in it. Temu frosted tips. But I don't think, I'm trying to figure out if he did it to himself or if he's got some sort of condition. as like when he lies, his hair changes color. He's got a bit of albino in him, maybe. He goes albino. But it's something. There's no way you did that to yourself. Almost like a skunk in a way. So how the fuck did it get over to the side and down on your temple? I thought it was legitimately snow yesterday. I was just giving him the benefit of the doubt, just watching on my TV from across the room thinking, oh, there he goes again, trying to make himself look like he's working hard. You know, like getting some dirt in your face. No way, man. That's in his hair. I looked a little closer. I looked into that. I wonder if Derwood's got matching a matching highlight. That's so nasty. The boys down at the club will just love that. He's probably hanging out in a Halifax bathhouse. The hot tub with the EDM pounding. So yeah, we were just talking about Derwood believing the children are still alive and taken by Malaya's First Nation family. Oh, that's so wild, dude. Isn't that what you're just talking about? You were lying about in that sense? Oh my God, it's hard to know exactly what old Derwood is saying at any one point in time. You say everything, including that you hold guilty knowledge. That's the most important part about what it is that you're saying, you stupid son of a bitch. You can't help but expose yourself because you're just that close to notoriety and the flow of information. You want to have your little 15 minutes of fame, your little bit of attention. Just enough, though, but not enough that you're going to risk going to jail by signing signing a sworn statement to the RCMP like was requested, because you're trying to avoid that at all costs. Derwood came out and lied again last night, saying that he was injected, using his word, injected. No, you interjected yourself. Interjected, not injected like what the jib going into Daniel's veins is. He was injected into this case by family requests to check on ABUSE. Conducted his own investigations. Whoa! Whoa! You're a fucking super duper heavy duty Hollywood fucking detective, Derwood. Greatest detective. He's OJ level. You lied about Patty asking you to get involved with the case. That's come out. You've lied. Why don't you go back up some of your statements, get some proof? We don't need any more proof. We don't need any promises of proof. By the way, throughout the whole conversation last night with this scam channel, there was never any context or backup, just a bunch of empty fucking claims. And he couldn't keep straight. He couldn't keep on track because he kept getting distracted by me. By all of the things that I'm out here talking about, all the things that I'm out here exposing, questioning. I'm the one that needs to shut the fuck up. I don't think so, Derwood. I think it's you. Thank you very much, Carol Johansson. Justice for Lily and Jack. Agreed. I very much appreciate that, darling. Old Derwood's theory believes the kids are alive. Of course he would. Oh, that's how you know he's aligned with Daniel. You could consider that avoidance. If he considered any different, it would warrant further questioning into the reality of the situation. He cites neglect, like starvation and rug use, and RCMP inaction due to jurisdictional disputes. So he's the one out here trying to reinforce disinformation, things that are clearly, you can go and investigate, you can go and do your own research in that sense and follow up any of the things that he's trying to push. A layman, he's not even trying very hard. The kids aren't on any reserve. They're not being hidden by Malaya. Why is Derwood so desperate to project that fucking theory in this circumstance? Because he's a crackhead, a liar, and associated with what really happened to the kids. And it's continued cover-up. His obstruction. He claims he's walking around claiming that he's got all of this information and it's just so ironclad. Bullshit. You're a little bitch, number one. Coward, number two. Sensitive to being called out and scrutinized. Oh boy, that's not exactly delving into the investigation there, Dr. Detective. He's like a walking fucking plenty of fish profile. Oh yeah, Julia, I appreciate that. Thanks for speaking out about how most of us feel. In your opinion? Oh. Nobody likes Derwood, dude. He's not fooling anybody, by the way. Hey, Derwood, why did you have to go over to this scam channel yesterday, you idiot? Why wouldn't you just go back to Sunny? Even Sunny can't even handle your shit anymore. What's she gonna say? Now she can't walk herself back. She's out of your hands. What about Dolly and Justin? What about those two guys? So it goes on to say, speaks about his personal role, of course, being injected. Oh, some of the accusations. He blames podcasters, YouTubers for slander. We don't need to slander anything there, Derwood. We're talking about them exactly as they need to be. The closest anything gets, he wants so badly to be called all of these particular names so he can get ahead of the game. Hey, stupid, you've brought all of this on yourself. And you're associated with the case. None of us are. You're already considered an insider by the RCMP because you are always around. They've already questioned you. You've already shown that you're hiding something. You're all triggered the last time that they were over there. What about this most recent time that they dropped by? Did the RCMP drop by again? Is that what triggered you this time? Because of the phone call? Your phone call? All the things that you said? How about some self-ownership of something, you stupid son of a bitch? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you go get them. Go get them. Captain says, who said that? Meep? Meep said the kids are alive, then go get them, Dickwood. Nobody out there is asking for this asshole's opinion about anything, but he's insistent on being a part and knowing all of the insiders and having secret knowledge and knows the secret handshake. And he's really admitted to us that really he's not willing to come forward and talk about all of the information that he has. We believe you, Derwood. We believe you. But somewhere in there is actual information. But the only time you show it is when you're lying. And you lie often and always. He blames podcasters and YouTube for slander. He mentions legal action via cybercan. Oh boy, you got me fucking shaking. Go fuck yourself, you pussy. Accuses the RCMP of corruption and covering up child trafficking and rug situations. Well, it's none of your business. He claims all kinds of evidence, circumstantial, and this testimony from an unnamed witness, lie detector tests and searches, finding nothing. No hard proof provided, of course. There's a bit of an emotional tone to it all, which was defensive, rambling, vulgar, and frequent tangents on personal grievances against a YouTuber. Oh, shit. That's a slap on the back. That's a good game right there. What a little bitch. Talking about some of the key deception indicators, inconsistencies and contradictions. Darren here initially supports Daniel as a straight up guy. Oh yeah, Daniel's so straight up. Straight up guy. Don't know. Oh shit. Darren initially supports Daniel as a straight up guy, but later calls him guilty of a lot of crap. Oh, like what? And this is due to the rugs. This stupid ass explains this as a flip-flop focused only on unaliving red rum versus neglect. How about both, you fucking moron? But it's qualified. I should have clarified that. Yeah, I was going after Daniel to see if he did harm to the children. I found out that no, he never harmed the children. Oh, that's so contradictory, Darren. This post hoc rationalization is a sensitivity indicator. Truthful speakers rarely need to justify shifts. Deceivers do to resolve apparent lies. There's some timeline gaps, as you would imagine, of course, in his little fucking ramblings yesterday. He claims that the children left Lansdowne alive based on testimony from Janie and Daniel in Malaya. Oh, they must have left alive based off of what those guys say. And of course, everybody knows that they couldn't lie, and they're telling the truth here. Oh my God, such a heartbreaking story, Janie, you delivered. Rawr. Fucking Cruella de Vil. So Darren admits Janie changed her story a little bit to protect her son, and not one of those people transported those kids. This contradicts his certainty. I 100% believe, while acknowledging altered testimony, potential deception via selective omission. Selective omission there, fuckface. On Malaya's 911 call, Darren Geddes says she reported them lost in the woods. No, she didn't. To correct you, you stupid son of a bitch, I'm reading it right here. The initial police dispatch, paragraph 17, says on May 2nd, Pictou County RCMP were dispatched to a report of missing children in Lansdowne, Nova Scotia. The following is a summary of the dispatch information. Malaya reported her children, Lily and Jack, may have left the residence and were missing. She said they were both possibly autistic and were known to wander. She lied to dispatch right there. We can all see it. Right there. There's nothing true about that. She had to add the 2 lies to qualify the first one in order to sell the situation. Intent, bitch. She said they were both possibly autistic. You want to define what that fucking means, honey? As opposed to severely neglected and under the control of a sociopathic fucking tweaker and his complicit bitch. She also said the boots were gone. This is in the dispatch call at 10:01, dickhead. It's nonstop lying over there on this fucking thing. He says she reported them lost in the woods, then abducted, then possibly taken to an ex in New Brunswick. He calls this suspicious, but speculates she was forced to cooperate in a cover-up, an inconsistency. Oh, so here he is introducing the fucking conspiracy. I call it a conspiracy because that's what it is in the law, in the eyes of the law. And that's what you're participating in. You're an accessory after the fact, you stupid curly-haired freak. Inconsistency. If it was a planned intervention, why the panicked? Changing reports. Unresolved logic gap suggests fabrication. Of course it's fabrication. That was fabrication. Rug involvement. Old Darren claims Daniel and Malaya's rug use invited dangerous people. We don't need... He says those dangerous people are traffickers and pedos. He uses the name that YouTube doesn't like. Like we suspect that he is probably, because he acts like one, he lies like one. That's why we call him a chomo. And that's why you're free to as well out there. Now, but I have no proof from in their household that they were directly responsible for physically hurting the children, he says. What an idiot. It contradicts his firm blame on them for the disappearance. So this extenuous information and over-explanation, and otherwise known as storytelling, which is what Derwood's all about. Fuckface frequently adds unrelated details. A classic statement analysis red flag, we'll call it SA, for convincing rather than informing people. That's a real problem with you, isn't it, Darren? You keep trying to obscure and play a little one it can't have it in between informing and convincing. So far, so good. Example early on, I'm a drunk and I haven't taken a drink in probably 30 years. So you just admitted you're a drunk. Well, there goes that. You've just admitted you're a drunk, you fucking idiot. Who cares about when the last time you had a drink was? You're the one that keeps bringing it up as though you need to be convincing people. Are you sensitive? Sounds like it, you little bitch. Nobody gives a shit. Who cares? Why do you got to keep bringing it up? Are you sensitive about that booze nose of yours? That ugly looking fucking thing on the end of your face? Why don't you just cut it off? Get rid of it. Looks like somebody beat you with an ugly stick, boy. Example early on, I'm a drunk and I haven't been taking a drink in probably 30 years, Darren says, defending against unasked accusations. This fucking guy is so stupid. I love it. Almost, he's like a perfect villain. If you had to write him into a script, he's like Wile E. Coyote, psychologically. Fuck, is that funny? Tangents on... Oh, hold on. Let me finish that last statement. Am I laughing? I got laughing and I distracted myself. Holy shit. Let me see. He's a real keyboard warrior. Darren the keyboard warrior, Dr. Detective. Hey, Susan. I'm a drunk and I haven't taken a drink in probably 30 years, defending against unasked accusations. He explains his nose as Rosacrea. Or what do you call that? Yeah, booze nose. We call him booze nose. It's another word for booze nose. Rosacea. Rosacrea, or what do you call it? I don't know. I'm not going to have to worry about that because I haven't been drinking heavily for fucking decades of my life. This preemptive defense against looking like an alcoholic. I just look like a fucking alcoholic, guys. Don't worry about me. This is leakage, friends. It's unnecessary info to bolster his own credibility. There ain't no fucking getting away from that booze nose. Very difficult to camouflage this asshole anywhere. He's giving himself away no matter which way he goes. Well, there goes that lawsuit. Can't get me for that. Defamation. He just admitted to it. Cares about the last time you drunk? We can tell you're a fucking alcoholic, boy. It's something you got to live with now. What do you want, a fucking Medal of Honor? Goes on, let's see, tangents. Darren's tangents on his personal life, explaining his fake Facebook profile. Oh, nothing fake about him. He doesn't use sock accounts. While he's talking to you, you refer to him in a sock account every day, all the time. Between Derwood, O'Grady, and Darren, he wants you to think it's for some sort of virtuous thing for speaking out against the government. It's just another lie to you. The dude is a creeper who's well engaged in trying to convince people that he's something that he's not on a consistent fucking basis. And he's not even very good at it, dude. Nobody cares. But here's Darren telling you all of this information you never ever asked for. Well, no, I don't have a narrative to push. No, I'm just a well-wisher. I'm just a good Samaritan. His tangents on his personal life, explaining his fake fuckbook profile in detail, including a joke origin story irrelevant to the children, suggesting deflection from the core topic. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. You're such a fucking idiot, dude. Why don't you put it in your biography, you stupid-looking bitch? Oh, here comes with the legal threats. He opens with warnings about suing podcasters and YouTubers. That's all his credibility. He's got to go with that to make himself look like he's actually doing something. He's going to do this via Cybercan Department of Justice. Oh, I'm sure they'll get right on that, you fucking retard. Oh, shit, is that funny? Cybercan Department of Justice repeats this. It might take months. Punishments are very severe. Oh, I'm sure it's going to take all kinds of time for you to get this on the go to begin with. You got bigger things to fucking worry about, you bitch. And it's your own fucking freedom. And we see that now. Man, it's like having you on the psychological run, Derwood. I'm rattling around in that fucking head of yours every single night. Oh, I'm going to get back. I'm going to post some angry things about that A-balance, that Scott Priest app. By the way, all of my fine cannabis products are still available, like infused chocolate chip cookies, my topicals. Get at me at stepbystepexploringvideos@gmail.com. Yeah, Derwood wants to sue podcasters, but he's the first one to run to all of these podcasters to spread his message, Patriot Girl. I know, but you need them so badly, Derwood. People are just desperate to know what it is that you have to say at any one point in time, you fucking liar, you spaz. Then you brought your son Jordan into this. How dare you? I feel bad for Jordan. I'm sorry for Jordan that he has to deal with a fucking idiot like you. His mom at least got wise enough to boot your punk ass out. How's your girlfriend? Now he's fucking floating. He's couch surfing Derwood, looking for new girlfriends at the age of fucking God knows, 68 pushing 79. How well do you think you move, you stupid bitch? So dickhead says he's going to do this via the CyberCan Department of Justice, whatever the fuck that is he just made up. He repeats this. It might take months. He repeats this over and over. Punishments are severe. Bring it on. You can't even afford the fucking retainer. Over-explanation signals sensitivity to criticism, possibly to intimidate the interviewer or deter scrutiny. That's right. So some of the rabbit holes he goes down, he digresses into the RCMP corruption, native sovereignty hearings, drug greed, and the bigger picture of child trafficking. Example, these bastards running around here and the Mounties will not take them out of commission. This expands the narrative beyond facts, potentially to obscure lack of evidence on the children. Yeah, he's just latching on to things to talk about. The dude doesn't have a point. He's not trying to make a point, or otherwise he would make it. Oh, are we going to have to wait till next time for you to fucking make your point, you dumbass? I don't have a problem getting to the point. That's why I end my statements with fuckface and dumbass. Equivocation and hedging. Fuckface, heavy use of qualifiers. The term I believe, this qualifier, he used 20 plus times. 20 plus times. I believe that the trigger was pulled by some people who genuinely are Malaya's family, kind of like himself. The qualifier, I'm sure, as in, I'm sure they left Lansdowne alive. I think, for example, I think Janie knows just exactly the sum of the serious stuff. Truthful statements are direct, as though, like, it happened. Hedging distances from commitment, indicating uncertainty or deception. Yeah, that's deception for sure, no doubt. That's a bit of a pattern thus far with this dickhead. So he comes back on the key claims after telling you all of the information. He says, I've got no actual proof regarding physical harm. This is my guess. This is my speculation. But I believe it. This is regarding Malaya letting the kids go. Equivocation undermines his circumstantial evidence boasts, by the way. Very weak denials. Instead of, I didn't do it, he says, all of this crap has been developed about me being involved. It's just pure BS. Just as a vulgar deflection. There's no direct, unqualified denial of any or all of the accusations. That's a real problem. So, therefore, it's an admission, in my mind. Pronoun shifts and distancing. Old fun boy, this fruitcake, Derwood O'Grady, a.k.a. Darren Geddes from Westville, and floats around on any old lady's sofa who'll listen to his lies for a while until she catches on. She's got to boot him out when she gets to know the type of scumbag he really is. Which only usually takes you about 3 days now. They've got it down to 3 days, 72 hours. This fruitcake shifts from using I, a personal experience, to using we or they when discussing investigations. Like, for example, we have tracers on these fake profiles. I'll just bet you do. I'm sure old Derwood O'Grady, this fucking boomer, got his Kali Linux out on his laptop. Oh, for sure. Implying a team, but he's solo. Well, what are they going to do to get past my VPN? Well, that's a problem. Patty and I are very close, he says. No, you're not, you fucking liar. There he goes. That's just a out and out lie. Patty and Derwood are not very close. Then he says, we're not as close now because there's somebody interfering. He's distancing from his own personal responsibility, or any for that matter. Old dickhead avoids ownership on sources. He claims he uses this term testimony from people, which are unnamed, and it's a vague statement. I've had people testify, he says, that were right in there without adding any specifics. Yeah, like Daniel and Janie. Keep going back to them. The suspects. You know why? You know why they haven't shifted this? Because if they shift it to the criminal and they make an announcement, then they are under a specific time frame in that sense. They've got to push themselves and hurry the investigation. One, these fucking idiots are floating around here. You guys should be planning your next exit from this country. You guys should be getting on a ship and bailing to some, remote destination in the middle of Siberia. Because if the RCMP labeled it from what it is now and shifted it, all of a sudden the suspects have that signal to get the hell out of Dodge, because the long arm of the law is coming quickly. It's not going to happen like that. It's going to happen in interview form, and they're going to ask Daniel a question that he's not going to want or be able to answer. And that's where it's going to start. Things are going to get very hot for him in that interview room. Derwood avoids ownership from this scam interview last night. This testimony from people, we talked about that. Let's get some sensitivity indicators that came through, which are repetition and tension changes. He repeated the term, those kids left Lansdowne alive. He repeated that over 5 times with variations. There's an overemphasis suggesting rehearsal or conviction in effort. The tense shifts. He mixes past, I went to Indian Brook, with present, I believe they have them. Present tense in hypotheticals, for example, if Malaya turns up with those 2 children, can indicate ongoing deception or speculation as fact. There's emotional spikes throughout it all. He's quite vulgar and very defensive. So we got vulgarity and defensiveness. For example, fuck them when accused. He calls podcasters sickest son of redacted. Very high emotion and can mask deception, but also signals truth under stress. So very ambiguous. I'll tell you what it is. He's scared shitless because we rattle around in his head all the time. He's always dropping by to listen to what we have to say. He's got a thumb. He's like the only thumbs down on any of my videos. He's so sensitive. But it goes far deeper than that, friends. There's a bond that he has to this situation with Jack and Lily. Otherwise, you can take yourself out of the limelight at any point in time, asshole. If you were just an individual, first you came by, and then your story changed as to why you came by. It's completely different now as it was to when you first approached Dolly, and he laughed at you. And then you used Sunny. Now she laughs at you. Now you had to go crawling to this scam channel to post this ridiculous fucking updated temper tantrum out to the world in hopes that I listen. I'm not going to listen. I don't care. That's how I know you're guilty, bitch. That's how I know you're guilty, Derwood. I can tell by the way you act. You're a creep, dude. There's not one person around here who doesn't recognize that. Even those in your closest of little Facebook groups. I've got birdies in there. You're not very smart, dude. People see you, Derwood. So he goes on, he's got no specifics on witnesses. He claims a lot of testimony, like hearing the kids in July, August, but doesn't name them or provide verifiable details. Mr. $150,000. Boy, you could be so much more wealthier than you are right now, Derwood. You wouldn't be homeless, couch surfing every night. Why don't you go tell the RCMP all of this instead of some sort of scam channel? Lots of gaps, as in who are the dangerous people that he brings up. What exactly did the RCMP say in the report's timeline holes? He claims extensive searches, cadaver dogs, satellites to prove the kids are alive. But omits why no follow-up on his tips. The kids are missing, and Derwood's trying to convince you how alive they are. Nobody's seen them. Oh, those kids are they have to be alive. That's the most logical thing. Well, why do you say that? Not one of them want to actually tell you. Just because it's my hope, and it's hope's all we got. They say absolutely fucking nothing. Say it to the jury of 12. Book them. Darren's statement shows multiple statement analysis red flags for potential deception, high equivocation, inconsistencies, extraneous details, and evasion. All of these suggest he may be constructing a narrative to fit his beliefs and deflect scrutiny. The rambling structure and defensive tone indicates storytelling rather than factual recall. Possibly to portray himself as a hero investigator, while hiding gaps in knowledge or involvement. Hiding his involvement, exactly. However, his core claims could stem from genuine conviction based on circumstantial info, and emotional investment supports authenticity in parts. I disagree. This is low credibility. High sensitivity to accusations and lack of verifiable specifics raise doubts. This analysis is not conclusive, though, because it can't get past the fact that Derwood's a fucking idiot. When you want to apply the Plaids framework to all of this, priority, leakage, avoidance, intentions, distancing, and sensitivities, made famous here by Mike DeMann. This idiot Darren opens up with strong emphasis on defending himself against accusations. He uses the term, all of this crap has been developed about me being involved. That's just pure redacted. And then he threatens legal action against podcasters, YouTubers, before addressing the children's disappearance. That's interesting. Priorities, Derwood. You're very sensitive. You're sensitive because it's the truth. And you're afraid of the truth coming out at the end of the day. We're all already talking about the truth. This prioritizes grievances over the missing children, which he claims are his family and very personal to me, he says. He says Jack and Lily are very personal to him. He's a fucking loser, dude. Think about that. Think about that. Think about how, one, he's objectifying them, and no, they're not. They're not like family to you, dude. You're the worst possible thing that Jack and Lily need. You're like the boogeyman, you fucking white-haired freak. All of this crap has been developed about me being involved. It has been developed about you. What does that mean? Why don't you explain what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a pen and paper?
Yeah. As a matter of fact.
Okay.
1 second, let me get paper. I know I got paper. Don't really use that. What is that anymore? Using paper.
No, I told you I'm the dinosaur. I'm never going to change.
Okay, I got a pen and paper now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Write my name now. This is my real name, Darren, D-A-R-I-N.
Oh, is that how you spell it? Okay.
Oh, this is so important.
D-A-R-I-N.
Yeah.
My first name.
Yeah.
D-A-R-I-N.
G-E-D-D.
F-U-C-I-K-I-N-G-I-D.
Yes. Okay.
I-O-T.
Yep. Date it.
Okay.
The date is the 20th, right?
Yeah.
Date it. And
Okay.
what time is it? It's 20 after 10 here.
Yeah.
Put the time on it.
Yeah. 10:20
Now,
a.m. Go ahead.
okay. Now, please write this down as a private statement from me to you, and you do not put this out, please.
I won't. If you ask me not to, I will not.
Okay.
This is private right now. This is very important. I'm going to prove to you just how trustworthy I am. Oh, you ready? Do you guys have your pens and papers? Just shove that fucking pencil right up his nose.
I trust you.
Well, I trust myself, and I'm not one of those people. I don't do stuff like that. I don't play games with people, and I don't throw them underneath the bus. So,
Okay.
Trust me on my word.
Fuck you. So
I've been
trustworthy.
saying for a few hours now that I hit a dead end,
Right.
and then I'm done.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Old fucking Derwood, Mr. Investigator's hit a dead end. But he can feel it. There's going to be a big U-turn in the case. Man, you can really trust this guy, can't you?
Go any further. Well, it's not done. And you can write that down. This is not over. But what I have to say is I've been defending Daniel quite a bit because of things I found out about him, and I've corresponded things with him. So you can if you can write, I've been defending Daniel.
Yeah.
And
What a
promoting
fucking
Daniel.
idiot.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, okay. To gain someone's trust, you have to get close to them, right?
Absolutely. I know the games. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe there's going to be a huge turn in the road soon.
Okay.
And
There would.
it's going to go almost exactly the opposite of the way that I've been saying online.
Oh, Derwood, are you afraid that Daniel's going to frame you and picking up the kids at the end of the road? What happened to that? Derwood, you're afraid that Daniel's going to frame you for exactly what it is that you did in all of this? When they start coming down on him, he's going to start naming people. If one of you goes down, you all go down. You guys are fucking scared shitless. That's probably why Idiot's hair's white. I hope he didn't pay for that.
Absolutely. I agree.
Because I've been trying to get the trust of people
Yeah.
that are not good people.
Right.
Yeah, it's
And
deceptive.
I've got their trust.
Oh yeah.
And now
Yeah.
Like trust is just something that goes off. Oh, now I got your trust. Like they've signed the form or something. Trust just works that way, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I completely trust this guy now. A second ago I didn't trust him, but now I completely trust him. Oh yeah. Yep, you've got my trust 100%, pedo. That's right, boy. Trust? Sounds like some fucking idiot criminal has no concept and is trying to really run a fucking scam, run a hustle on somebody constantly. You're like a goddamn carny, boy, running the tilt-a-whirl.
I'm going to go after them.
Okay.
And this is going to turn.
Yeah, and this is going to turn on Daniel.
Pardon?
This is going to turn on Daniel, you mean?
Yes, it is.
Yes, right?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yes.
So, what are you saying there, fuckface? So you were lying to Sonny in this statement too? Where were you lying? Where was all these necessary lies of yours? They keep shifting at any one point in time because it's just part of how it is that you do your detective work around here. What is it exactly you're looking for, by the way? We know what it is that you're trying to do. That's obstruct the investigation. Disinform the public. Get involved right in the middle of a missing child's investigation. Why? Why is it that you have to be there on site when the CBC and Global News stop by to interview what would otherwise be known as the main suspects? There's this fucking idiot down at the end of the driveway and his lumpy ass self fucking bobbing and bobbling around like a penguin, trying to convince everybody just how fantastic the two scum of the earth are. You're sitting there glazing them for what reason? Because you think it helps your overall situation. You know your involvement. Not 1 ounce of the claims or the stories that Janie, Daniel, Malaya, Derwood have come forward with are even remotely close to being an acceptable situation where they're victims at any point in time. They look even more suspect now than they did in the moment. They've had all of this time to fill in all of the blanks. Instead, they've wanted to convince you that there was nothing worth remembering because nothing happened. Then they were drifting in and out of sleep and they've got all of this bullshit. You guys are just fucking months away from having those silver bracelets. And you're gracing us with your presence out here. So we are going to take full advantage of it before they take you away from us for life. You're a scumbag, Darren. And that raises the question, if you were involved at the end of the driveway and you're involved with this in covering up, how is it you exactly got involved in this? Who asked you? Was it Janie? Was it Danny? Was it the activity that you were involved in? A little exchange? What made you get involved with probably helping dispose and hide, cover up what we're accusing Danny of doing, I wonder, unless you might be in there too, because we don't exactly know what happened yet. So you start getting a little bit more theoretical. We know that you have some sort of involvement. You can't stay away and you can't stop lying, and there's a reason for it. And we don't need to shut the fuck up about it. In fact, we need to talk a whole lot more about it. It's you who needs to shut the fuck up. If you don't want to seem so suspicious, maybe you should shut your fucking mouth a couple times. Maybe you shouldn't talk about anything. See, we should. We can. It's what innocent people do. It's what concerned individuals actually do in these situations. The only thing that you can come up with is trying to hose the RCMP, talk about rugs and just how great of people and how innocent the two guilty-looking motherfuckers in the room are. You're just like them. You're one of them too, by choice. And it's not because you're a good Samaritan. It's because you're involved in this somehow. Because even good Samaritans know their limits. You have none. You've got no shame. And you certainly don't care about Jack and Lily because look at what it is that you're doing, you fucking moron. Look at it is what you're so open in doing, Derwood. You don't give a goddamn about those two children because they're native. You're a racist fucking pig, and it comes through each and every time that you speak. And Danny. And Janie. And you're just more overt with it.
it is. Yeah.
Now, this is just my statement, and tell the people I apologize for some lies that I've had to tell.
Yeah.
To catch these people off guard.
I trust me on Darren, I totally understand 100,000% where you're coming from.
Okay.
We have to do the same thing at times. You know?
Yeah, now the reason, and the reason I'm making this statement to you is because when this does come out, there's going to be a lot of people turn against me for what I've been saying.
Right.
Online.
Absolutely. Okay.
And I want to have some proof that I think you understand now.
I absolutely do. I absolutely do.
Okay. And now, I so regretfully have to say that I'm now if you'll write this down word for word for me, this is how it is.
Okay.
If Daniel Martel is guilty in the involvement of the disappearance of Jack and Lily.
Let's go, Kreskin. Let's fucking go, Kreskin.
Goddamn hero.
Okay. If Daniel is innocent and the children are and the kids are alive.
Derwood, Angry Rabbit.
Yeah.
And Malaya is a hero, and she really is. If that's the case.
Oh, and she really is. If that's the case, does anybody ever have time for whatever it is that this fucking idiot is trying to say? He never gets to a point. It's round and round and round and round. You're never talking. You're never conversing with this fool. It's always a one-sided narrative push. Darlene, I don't believe Patty asked him to do that, just my opinion. Brandy, yeah, well, it's already been out and well known that Patty never said that. Patty never asked Derwood to get involved in any capacity. Why would she? There was that conversation where he called Patty's house, and that was given to the RCMP. Remember they talked about that? He was trying to... They're always going over there to manipulate. And it's really interesting now that we know that Patty and Cindy's problem, the problem at Patty's house where they lived with, was with specifically Daniel. He needed to get the fuck out and do something with his life. And away from sucking and leeching off Malaya is what he was doing, maintaining his lifestyle. Possibly Kelly. He never finishes a sentence, Robin, to make a point. Drives you crazy? Absolutely. Absolutely. You're correct. But it's comedic in that sense. Now that you recognize and know that this fucking liar is out there and active, it becomes a different thing. Now you can really scale out and really wonder why an individual would be motivated to go and just blatantly lie on behalf of the people who are almost certainly responsible for whatever happened to two missing children, missing and past. Trying to convince you that they're still alive and trying to convince you to believe in some sort of magic without even attempting to tie the two together. Just begging you to hope for them. Please understand. Please believe me. Please believe me. Maybe we would believe you if you actually committed to actually saying something, you fucking fools. But the fact is that you've never ever committed to anything. That's not working on your side. It's 100% of avoidance and tells the RCMP exactly who holds all of the answers. Look at the sensitivities already. Derwood has to... Listen, these people are going to crack. Derwood's almost on his last nail on his fucking head there. They've all popped. Oh, you guys have to believe me. Nobody's going to believe anything that comes out of your fucking mouth, Derwood. You've inserted yourself right in the middle and insisted that you're just this big heavy-duty Good Samaritan investigator. You couldn't carry on an investigation into fucking anything, let alone fix your own personal problems. You drunk fucking booze-nosed bitch. You're a scumbag, fuck. The only type of person that puts themselves in a situation that you want us to believe you did by choice are chomos. Almost carbon copy. There's so much more to this situation that we don't know that we're going to find out. We've already figured out who's responsible. That's obvious. It's for the police to prove, to build their case against. You've committed the crimes, lied about it, came out and said you don't know nothing and you're going to have to prove everything. Well, don't think that investigation isn't actively going on. You guys can represent it any old fucking way and claim that you're victims of slander and misinformation. Fuck, dude. You've said everything. Sue yourself, bitch. You contradict yourself so fucking hard, you be suing yourself. You played yourself, hustler.
Now, third point, this may turn out to be that they're both involved.
Right.
That Daniel did something, and Malaya is so scared of him that she's scared to open her mouth against him.
It doesn't make sense, though, at all, Darren, for the sense of if two people are involved in a crime, they usually stick together up until the police crack them and break them down.
Yep.
But in this case, she took off. So that.
I know, and I offered her protection from Daniel too.
Yeah.
So that's all. That's what I just want you to know that information and to be able to put that out if things.
You've offered her some protection from Daniel. Oh, I'll protect you, girl. You come over to my house. I bet you did. Derwood is the plaintiff and the defendant, LOL, and a witness for both. He's his own story wrapped up into one. I get what you're saying. Daniel went to live with Malaya at her grandmother Patty's house after only knowing her a few weeks. Was Daniel homeless? Interesting. No, he wanted to get the fuck away from Janie. Interesting if that's how the relationship started. Was he a leech? Yeah. Absolutely he was. And he's a fucking thief. And a tweaker. Among other things. And a perv. Psycho. No, he's more socio. Not that matters. These are just labels. What supersedes everything is his addiction to the crystal, the street crystal, the crystal of the night. Oh gosh, Sonny, we heard cracked chicken went wet dreams of law enforcement having co-conspirators turning on each other. Oh, fuck. Listen. Life isn't all that easy for these individuals. And we can see it from Derwood. The amount of stress that he's exhibiting just in the shit that comes out of his mouth. Doesn't even matter what he says, how he says it. You can see the stress at work, the cognitive load. All of the things he's hiding, and he's always maintaining all of these lies, telling you all of these different things. He's just actively lying at all fucking times for months on end. How healthy do you think his mind is? Derwood, it's you by yourself, son. It's nobody else. Why are you leading this charge to defend the guilty in all of this? Why do you hate kids? At one time, Derwood himself was a kid. Well, I wonder what went wrong. Does Daddy touch him? We touch him in the no-no spot? What are you saying, Anita Bonita? ABDT just got on my effing nerves with that, though. It was pathetic. What are you talking about? Oh, bonjour, Esther. Thank you very much, darling. No sugarcoating with AB Truth Only tonight. Oh, for sure, especially when it comes to this fucknut. Like, listen, if he didn't have anything to do with it, I wouldn't even talk about him. Here he is. Here he is. He won't leave the situation, the case alone. He won't stop spreading purposeful disinformation when there's 2 missing children at home who have no parents who give a shit about them right now. Think about how alone Jack and Lily are at this point in time. Not to mention their past, but in regards with who's looking after their best interests. They're at a disadvantage here. I like that we don't have to say, in my opinion, on your channel. Listen, we say that from when you need to. Goes without saying. You don't have to do it before and after anything that you say. Don't even worry about it. It's misusing it. I don't say, in my opinion. Listen, I wouldn't even be talking about it if I wasn't so goddamn certain of it. And so are you. In a situation that we're sitting through with Jack and Lily, there's no mistaking. No mistaking how deceptive he is, but the question really is why. Whatever that is has to do with where Jack and Lily are. To what degree is he involved? I just explained it. At least he's involved by being an accessory after the fact. We're not talking about it in a politically correct way. We're talking about it like the investigators are talking about. Somebody's got to go there. Somebody's got to recognize it before they go through the process of getting it through court. So it's okay to talk about. Maybe not for you if you don't know about the situation at hand. All of this time that's passed, we've been learning. We've been listening. We've been observing what it is these people have been telling us. They can't even give us a reliable denial. That's how bad it is. It's not just one little thing here that stands out to you and it might be a clue. Oh, fuck, it's all over the place. It's everywhere in this circumstance with this crew. So guess what the RCMP have to do? They have to go about this particular investigation by figuring out what happened without relying on the people that should be giving them all of the information. They haven't been cooperative witnesses. Fuck, there's barely any paperwork. There's barely any story. There's a bullshit narrative that they've floated out there in front of the CBC. They're putting the pieces together, but they have to do it a different way. It takes time. They're not getting away with anything. And it's not going to go cold. There's no possible way that they should be going into any 5-year plans at this point in time. No long-term investments for these guys. Nothing but fucking ramen noodles and commissary accounts. See, it's all on the table in this circumstance because about how Jack and Lily came to pass at this point in time. Because of how bizarre the involvement is with the extended individuals involved. The last people, there's several people that really were there if the kids even made it home in the first place. but they don't want to act as though they were there and interacting with the kids for at least 16 hours, just that they roughly heard them. Yeah, is it gonna get snowy in Nova Scotia? It'd be nice, another snowstorm. Get us snowed in next week. Yeah, that frozen hair look, pink stripe. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Anita Benita, DM hair. You could do, there's something about Mary. Jizz, she thinks, is hair gel. Oh, that's so gross. I can't believe you made me read that. It looks like bird shit. It looks like a flock of seagulls shit on your head. What the fuck is he thinking? He's just so happy. Oh, I think I'll go get my fucking tips frosted. No, I think it's probably more to do with the stress and the physiological damage of microdosing the crystal METH. Patriot Girl, I wouldn't even worry about that. They've got them hidden out. They know where they are. They're going to be the ones that tell us. Somebody's going to break this, and it's probably going to be Malaya. I don't even want to say. Hey, Sweet Tea, good to see you. I don't even want to say. I'd like to. Not one of their stories holds any fucking weight in this sense. It's just a matter of time. It's got to. You could draw straws, but Malaya is probably going to be open to a certain degree to contradict the narrative, to make the point of there being deception that's easily provable. Shouldn't be very difficult considering everything they've lied about. But it's just a matter of picking them from the RCMP standpoint. Oh, Derwood. No, I'm not involved in anything. Well, he said specifically he's not involved in whatever happened to Jack and Lily. Didn't say anything about, or disposing of the corpses, except, aiding and abetting or adding himself in any way after the fact. Not to mention, he goes right out of his way to disinform in this particular case for reasons unknown. That line's always shifting with this asshole. Like, what kind of individual does that? What kind of person would want to do that in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even make sense if you wanted to be helpful to the situation. It goes far beyond just wanting to be an attention whore. That's just your mind wanting to settle it off for something easy to come to some sort of, resolution in your mind. No, there's a reason why. A reason why he continues to do what it is that he does. And it has everything to do with obstructing justice. At very least. Anastasia, is there anything left for them to deny, as there have been so many versions of what happened? No, they've pretty much. What do you mean they? You mean Janie and Daniel and them? No, they talk in a big circle. They refuse to an extreme in avoiding committing to anything linguistically as to what happened, because that would steer the questions in a place where they don't want to go, and that would be the right questions to ask them. They go to great lengths to avoid that. Doesn't mean that the cops aren't going to ask them. It means, I'm saying publicly. And that, my friends, should tell you that there's something funny going on here, and these people aren't being, at very least, honest with you. That's a big problem. They have a motive to lie and deceive you in that moment, and they're associated with a double child homicide, probable double child homicide. The only reason to cover it up is if it was a homicide. It was a red rum. That I don't doubt. That's how the law is going to see it. And Malaya was right away. She's the one who showed deception right from the start in that call to 911, the dispatch. She called and lied to 911. That's my opinion based off of everything that I've read, seen, and continued to follow up to this point. And that's the opinion that pisses Derwood off late at night when he's laying on some other floozy's couch, probably one of his fucking cousins, thinking about if it's socially acceptable to pull a move on her, get fresh with her, flirt with her in the kitchen when she's up trying to get a midnight snack. He's already going through your underwear drawer, sniffing all your dirty panties while your back is turned. You're in the bathroom. You wouldn't trust this son of a bitch.
I believe Daniel's going to get nailed for this. And I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna find out more information today. Believe it or not, because people, even my family and people here, they think I'm beat, and I'm not quite yet.
You know, now let me ask you this, and so don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm a wise person. I'm very intuitive, and so I get what you're saying, because I was literally just before you called. I was literally going through all his messages and all he, like, basically from this perspective, an outsider's perspective, this is how it looks. He's the hero. He's done everything. He did this. He did that. Malaya's bad. Malaya's bad. Malaya's bad. Malaya's bad. Oh, I'm not trying to talk down about Malaya, but I'm so great. I'm the knight in shining armor that she, and it's almost like an obsession or something.
Holy fuck.
Is that not the
Holy fuck, it's like ADHD overload over here. Listen. This phone call is between Sonny and Derwood, and it is annoying to listen to, but it's important. It's important nonetheless, because it drives us to the conversation in which we figure out the right questions to ask this son of a bitch. Patriot Girl, you're saying this was no accident. Malaya's involved. She has knowledge or is also involved. Why leave so fast? Well, there's multiple questions there, but I'm feeling you. What's up, Chair?
Perfect characteristics of a psychopath?
Absolutely. And then he said that Janie, that Cindy Murray, I have it in a message that I was actually going to show in the text messages. He calls, says, I was waiting. She's a psychopath. I was waiting to see one trait, and that day I saw it when there was no tears. I almost think that so I usually look into someone's eyes and soul of who they are. Malaya actually has quite a very soft eyes. Like, meaning when you look at her eyes, she just seems like a very kind, warm-hearted type of person for the most part.
Very mild-mannered person.
Yeah. He, on the other hand, when I look into his eyes, I almost feel like I'm talking to the devil, to be honest with you. Like, but somebody that is so good at portraying to be something that they actually kind of fool people, because, like, in a sense with him. But when I look into his eyes, I don't trust him at all.
Oh my god, it's so fucking annoying. Oh. Well, figure out why. It's not the fact that you don't trust him. Why don't you trust him? That's what's interesting to talk about. Not the fact that anything else is just making it about yourself. Sonny, I love you and everything, but you're making it too much about yourself, girl. And that is super fucking annoying for people to listen to. Doesn't mean you can't grow, though. Let me see. It's okay. It's okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All's not lost. Just need a break from the making it all about you. Jesus. Speaking of these unredacted files, let's open them up. Let's have a bit of a look-see together, shall we? Oh shit, I better make that smaller. Because, oh heavens to Betsy. Hold on. There we go, but I gotta make it smaller. Janie and Malaya and Daniel are having financial difficulties. Janie said she is of the opinion that Malaya's side of the family had something to do with it because they did not take part in the search and were not letting them see the baby. Why would they? It's almost like you're picking it up here, like right at the end of The Shining, right? This is like the aftermath of The Shining. Some fucking horror movie's just taken place, and now everybody's decided to fuck over and put the blame back on the kids and cover their own tracks to prevent all the justified abuse that they had already been unleashing onto these poor children. I cannot get past her neglecting her kids. I cannot have sympathy for her at all. Crime science, nuts, you're right. I don't blame you. I just paused myself. When I see her initial call to dispatch, I already know that she's trying to lie. She's making it out as if she doesn't know that, you know, you're using things like possible. You say Malaya reported her children, Jack and Lily, may have left the residence and were missing. She said they both were possibly autistic and were known to wander. So there you have a baseline. She contradicted herself in her statements right away. There's a problem with everything from the get-go, no matter what was going on. Yeah, she showed deception. Why was she being deceptive? The question is, where are Jack and Lily? And who's responsible for putting them there? Nobody with a rational mind believes that these children put their boots on, walked outside, never to be seen again, especially when there was 3 other adults within 15 feet of them. You guys wanting to make it look like you're drifting in and out of sleep as though it's like minding your own business and something just occurred. And the kids decided just to go wandering out on, May 2nd, the morning of. They just decided to go run away, never to be seen again. And closed the door behind them. That was considerate of them. Considerate of a 4 and a 6-year-old. How quickly was Janie pointing the finger at Malaya's family since the first statement? They were doing that in the first statement. You remember that, Ginger? You can see it up there from the redacted portion. Well, yeah, she was choosing to contradict herself, Robin, you're right. But M says, and we always watched the kids when they were outside, but then they have been known to wander. More BS. We're not the type of parents not to be outside. She didn't even say anything. She wasn't clear in what it was she was trying to express, other than she needed, before her priority there was to, before she was about to tell you what she was going to tell you, she wanted you to know that she wasn't the type of parent. Okay, her intent was they're not the types of parents not to be outside or let the kids be outside and not be out there with them. She didn't say that or communicate that. She was trying to insinuate loosely, not very good, that, there's something else wrong. There's something else wrong, and somebody had to have come in and interfered in our typical daily routine, and essentially trying to make it look like a stranger abduction in that sense. But it's not just very well thought out. Whether it was impromptu or not, I don't know. In the end, she fucked up because she still exposed herself. That's a very important time. You've got a reason to be in front of the camera. What is it? Communicate something. We've all seen Danny's priority. It's all self-centric. Just how innocent they want everybody to believe they are. Without the usual processes. Relying on flawed logic and police tools that aren't admissible in a court of law to somehow exonerate them from a crime that nobody wants to mention, commit to. Way too preemptive there. Oh, I'm just so not guilty in anything that went on, by the way. Then they're so fucking concerned about being framed. If you're concerned about being framed, Derwood, then you're acknowledging the fact that a crime's taken place already. Didn't think of that, did you, fuckface? No, you didn't. You can't get away from it. You can't escape it psychologically because it's part of the cognitive load and one of the centric pieces that he lies around. You can't worry about being framed without acknowledging that there's a crime, and now a crime that you are scared to even bring up, and you've got to lie and twist and beg around, yet rely on this nonsensical statement now. Not very convincing, boys. Not very convincing at all. Sandra, Janie isn't a babysitter. Okay, there's no fucking way that Janie was going to be babysitting Jack and Lily at any point in time. She's got more important things to do, like scroll Facebook on her phone, message Derwood, rake the driveway a little bit, pick up some dog shit, yell at Daniel, think about her big move back into that fucking trailer that they're destroying. And the kids are destroying. Let's see here. Lays used to work with Danny Boy at Group Savoy and found him to be a hard worker who was reliable. Oh, says his fucking dealer, says his drug dealer. Comes highly recommended. He's a great customer. One of my best. Oh, shit. What else? Talking about Cody. Cody used to be in a relationship with Malaya, and they had Jack and Lily together. He had not seen them in a couple of years, but paid child support until he lost his job about 9 months ago. Cody, sometimes drives a blue Silverado. Goes on to say, what else did that say here? Elliot Edmund Dixon said he worked with Danny Boy and saw him in the parking lot between 11:30 and 12:30. That's great. Very proud of you. Probably just another fucking tweaker from the mill, bro. Goes on to say they all went to Malaya's blood work appointment, like you mentioned, and got there around 12:50 p.m. Malaya went to get blood work, and he stayed in the car with the kids. I wonder if you were threatening them with their lives at this point, Daniel. Were you threatening the children with their lives as Malaya was in getting blood work done? I wonder what she was getting blood work done for. Oh, well, I'll put that on the sideburn. It doesn't matter at this point. Derwood said that Danny wasn't really searching, just said he was because he didn't want Malaya to get into trouble, LOL. When did he say this, Robin? Not that it matters, but he's all over the fucking place. He's so stupid. He probably just walked into a brick wall. Nose first. Oh, don't bring up his booze nose. He's really sensitive about that, guys. Fuck, please. I'm so sensitive about my lying and my booze nose. Well, two things that you could fucking have prevented. Mr. Hemme says nobody searched. The Martells went to the pipeline for a hit. True. And M's family had a family reunion in the trailer and ate all the food. Yeah, that Janie went on to complain about. Haley said Malaya was at Patty's and Cheryl's and partying, all decked up, etc. Yeah, I think she did mention something like that. Not a big deal. She probably hasn't stopped. She uses alcohol and booze as a crutch, and pills maybe finalized the night. Who knows? Whatever it did had a negative impact on Jack and Lily, and she's chosen the latter very obviously. And if you don't see that as Haley, then I have to question your, one, authenticity, what kind of individual you think that you are at the end of the day. You're an enabler now. Lori Green says, well, the Keystone Cops can't work it out. Just give the public lip service and shut them up. Lori Green, yeah, is that what you're calling Derwood and his crew of elite detectives in his new Facebook group? Just gives him a reason to manipulate people. I think that's his new favorite pastime. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's fresh meat to listen to my old bullshit stories about being a boxer. Oh, yeah, I'm going to impress the old fucking 70-year-old ladies here. Oh, baby, use some of your filtered photos for me again so I can get myself off. Mm-hmm. All filled with these dick pills. Janie's dog would bite her when she heard Lily scream, says Derwood. Magdalena, you're saying? Dog lit up and Janie had to tie it up to the bed. Again, Derwood's words. What is most recent, the scam interview of his? He's coming out with a fucking fresh, updated version to fit where we are in the case at this point in time. What a fool he is. You're so stupid, dude. And stupid looking, which is funny. Who would trust that witch Janie with kids? Not me for sure. No way, tickety boo 86 or 66. No, Janie is not babysitting anybody. And you go out as a family. Should be how it is. Except, it's not perfect in the situation. What family is? Robin, sometimes they do blood work if people are prescribed antidepressants to see if they don't damage their liver or kidneys. That's your guess? Well, that's just a guess. I have no idea. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter yet. You get blood work for Xanax, Meep? Oh, now she can get legally high. They all went to Malaya's blood work appointment. So it goes on to say the redacted documents, they talked about his relationship with Malaya. He said the following. Daniel said they had been together for about 3 years and moved pretty quickly. Oh, yeah, moved pretty quickly. Yeah. He moved into Malaya's grandmother's house with her after about 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, what a fucking tweaker. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a winner. Dude, 2 weeks and you fucking move in with her. You don't see a problem with that? Dude was tweaking hard. Honey, could you imagine the text messages? Were you telling her you wanted to rape her? He moved into Malaya's grandmother's house with her after about 2 weeks. They met on Facebook dating. Well, of course it's got to be real then. Now you've got a baby from this freak. You moved him in after 2 weeks. And he was tweaking out in Patty's house nonstop. No wonder they don't like the guy. They met on Facebook dating. He said their relationship is good. Not really. They have ups and downs like any couple. Yeah. Oh, it's pretty good. He's just tuned to lie. Said they would yell at each other when they were fighting, but there was no physical violence in their relationship. None that you want to admit to. We don't believe his punk ass anyway. Listen, fun boy. Listen here, Danny. Let's see. What's the next one? They talked about what happened on Wednesday and Thursday. Daniel initially had the days mixed up, but then confirmed through online banking on his phone that they spent Wednesday in Truro with Malaya's grandmother and went to run errands, including Malaya's blood work on Thursday. They all went to Malaya's blood work appointment, got there around 12:50. Got that. Hold on. Another piece of confirmed disinformation from the initial search is right here, of course. And it says that Daniel said when the kids went missing, Malaya's mother showed up extremely quickly, even though she was over an hour away in Wentworth. Now, we know that not to be true. Some of the things that we've come to learn. It's out there. You can find it. People have talked about it. It's not even a big topic, but it's just another thing to turn out to be we'll say not in your favor, fuckface. Let's see, what's the next one? She said they moved into the trailer on Daniel's mother's property after he had a falling out with their grandmother around August 2023. Oh, is that interesting? Didn't even need this unredacted. Didn't we call it here? Haven't we been talking about it anyway, friends? Fantastic sources on this. Our source is common sense. She said they moved to the trailer on Daniel's mother's property, that's Janie, after, this is in bold, after he had a falling out with her grandmother, Patty, around August 2023. What a freak. Dark triads usually moving quickly, rapid relationship progression, says Ginger. They rush relationships, secure resources, establish control, and exploit the partner's empathy. Right away. That's what he did. He got in there and started sucking off that milk money. Oh yeah, I'm going to make you a star, girl. What? He's like a fucking cancer. He's a tumor. Anita Benita, and then JM said, why was Cindy not right there when MBM called to tell her about Jack and Lily? They are ridiculous liars. Bingo. It's good to see so many people are onto their bullshit. That's what makes me sleep at night, Derwood. Knowing that you fucking knobs aren't getting away with anything. Trail Hiker, good to see you. Brandy Lindy, Patty wanted MBM and her kids to stay away, in your opinion. It's DM Patty wanted out. Oh, yeah, it makes a lot more sense now when you're talking about why they ended up coming back and living in Janie's trailer. I'm sure that would have been a fantastic transition. Listen, you can stay, but he's got to go. Fuck, he just moved on in. He just moved on right on in to Grandma's house. Who the fuck invited this guy in the first place? Hey, Patty. I've met a new man. I've met a new daddy for my kids. His name's Danny. He's great. Here, we have a special kind of love. Do you believe in love at first sight, girl? MBM was about 7 months pregnant with Meadow around that time as well. What time, Brandy? What are you talking about? Yeah. She was pregnant? Well, you mean around the time of the move? Okay. Brandy and Callie, I agree at first, says Darlene. I thought Justin's dog, but after all that's coming, I feel it was Daniel. How did she want to leave the paradise he set up for her? Oh, well, it is such a paradise. They had such a... How was your relationship with Malaya? Oh, it was good. Relationship's fantastic. As you're living with fucking mom in her broken down trailer. She's out in the goddamn... Like, it's... You can't hide that. There's some things you just can't hide. Like why somebody's choosing to live in their own driveway with an extension cord running into the vehicle. Like I imagine my coming home and my wife has a fucking extension cord run into the truck and she's decided to separate and now she's going to live in the driveway. And me going through life thinking that there's nothing wrong with our relationship. Like, what is this, a cartoon? There is all kinds of things fucking wrong with this situation. There's all kinds of things wrong that make absolutely no sense. To shake them off and say that your relationship is good, as far as you knew, it was fantastic. Well, that's probably the problem there. This level of delusion. I think there's some problems. It had everything to do with you, I'll bet. Anything interesting there? Stop by Scotiabank. Should they move to the trailer on Daniel's mother property after he had a falling out? That was a good one. When asked if Daniel was physically abusive, Malaya said he would try to block her, hold her down, and once he pushed her. She said he would also take her phone from her when she tried to call her mom. Janie said Malaya and Daniel are having financial difficulties. Janie said she is of the opinion, we read that. That's up to the first one again. I'm going the wrong way, dummy. We'll go up instead of down this time. Care about that. Oh, I fucking love that part. I've been together about 3 years, guys. It's moved pretty quickly. Me and those kids had a special bond. Those kids only listen to Daniel. He's just Mr. Magic Man. Oh, boy. Come on home, girl, she said with a smile. I'm not convinced Cody lived at Patty's. Cody didn't live at Patty's. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Brandy Lindy. Yeah, but Janie has a washer spinner. It's been looked at, bitch. It's been looked at, according to her.
So there was Justin, me, and Daniel on the bike, and we drove Daniel back to his friends that were on the pipeline, and Justin and I came back home.
Yeah, she just told you about her pickup of the rugs, the substances where they went out to the pipeline and all met with Chance Lays and got re-upped. Old Janie had to drive the boys over there. Then everything was good. Daniel was feeling a little stressed. He was empty. He had no jib left. None of the Tina. They had a special bond around the 20th of every month, in your opinion, Tambourine, when the milk money came in? Yeah, around the 20th. Yeah, around the 20th, isn't it? 19th, 20th? And not to mention the kids are young, so there'll be more. There'll be the diaper bonus, which is $100 every month. There's a couple other things as well. There's more benefits as well, not just the milk money every month. That's just the Canadian child tax benefit in that sense. All right, let's watch this son of a bitch. Hold on, let me see you. I don't want to capture the entire screen. There we go. Let's get Daniel here. Let's watch this together. So this is Global News, another Canadian news outlet. Their latest update, I believe it was yesterday. Actually, I was one of the first ones to watch it. Got a big kick out of this. We're going to watch this. Listen to how bad Daniel looks here. He's running out of shit. He's running out of shit to say. He's talking in the third person. Doesn't even want to acknowledge what the accusations are necessarily. Oh, it's just all a narrative to paint him in a bad light. So very general after such a specific question. But let's watch.
Lily and Jack Sullivan's missing persons case are raising questions about the relationship between the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, and stepfather Daniel Martel. Filed to support search warrant applications for the case, the documents lay out Brooks Murray's and Martel's responses to investigators' questions. When asked if Martel was ever physically abusive in their relationship, Brooks Murray said he would, quote, try to block her, hold her down, and once pushed her. She said he would also take her phone from her when she tried to call her mom, which would sometimes be physical and hurt. Brooks Murray declined Global News' request for comment.
Have you ever tried to block Malaya, hold her down, or push her?
No, all those allegations are false. And as I said, it was just to paint me in a bad light. That's basically why there's all of those allegations of abuse came out. I never physically abused Malaya.
Martel says he approved of these redactions being lifted, adding not much has changed when it comes to his public reputation.
I've been, trying to keep the public up to date as much as possible. My image hasn't changed at all. It was always Daniel's evil, Daniel's a monster, and with that painted narrative, the public automatically will just jump to the belief of guilt.
He says he provided his DNA to run forensics on Lily's blanket, which was found in the woods by family members on May 2nd.
They didn't need a warrant to have my DNA, so I was willing to do it. I watched them sign on the consent form, no criminal involvement in the case of Lily and Jack, so it was...
What a fucking idiot. Oh, you resorted to lying now, really distancing himself. Going on points. Don't even want to complete any sentences. Just going to bring up points, word salad my way through this. I really thought it was snow in his hair, but there's none on his jacket, Sandra says. Yeah, we've come to learn that is not snow in his fucking hair. That's not snow. Look, it matches. It's almost identical to the powder on the ground. I teased that it was his last gram of blow that he fucking ran into. Maybe his dealer, maybe Chance Lace slapped him with the baggie. But no, I think people are thinking that maybe it's on purpose and the dude actually thinks it fucking looks good. Dude. Uh-huh. No matter what, you don't let anyone abuse your children, not unless you're tied up and you can't get out, Lori Green says. Jennifer, he's just so confident that the children will never be found. No, he signaled it. He's signaling it. He's hoping he gets away with this. And he projects that on to the audience under the disguise of having hope that Jack and Lily will be found. He's the great pretender. They didn't need a warrant to get my DNA, so I willingly gave it to them, LOL. That statement makes no sense. I know, none of it does. You know what, he doesn't even want to commit to anything specifically. He just got to talk loosely to it. That's about everything. You could talk to him about the color of his clothes. Oh, yes, colors. Looks like he pulled something off of his hood before the interview. It's all pulled to the side. He must have had the stash in the hood. I think it's actually just his hair is turning into exactly what Janie's hair looks like. A big mop of like whiteness. It's actually transparent like a polar bear's hair. They look white, but it's really clear and see-through. Anastasia, the interview or camera operator could have told him he had those flakes in his hair, but they didn't. A passive-aggressive way to make him look even more foolish. Well, they probably are wondering what the hell it is as well. You're going to look like that? Like, are you sure you don't want maybe our makeup team to take the glow away, take the shine away? Cool J, homeboy is trolling, wearing that effing tap-out shirt again. Danny has painted himself as a liar. You're correct. There's no erasing that canvas. That's right. It's just some sort of random narrative out there painting you to look a certain way. The world's against you, boy. What else do you say in front of the camera? Certainly not acknowledging anything directly. Certainly not self-owning anything, which probably would have been the preferred way here. You should have just owned it. He's so busted. Math hair, Callie. That Temu gold chain is still front and center. That's 14 karat gold, girl. Did you recognize?
And as I said, it was just to paint me in a bad light. That's basically why there's all of those allegations of abuse came out. I never physically abused Malaya.
Martel says he approved of these redactions being...
So, all of the allegations of ABUSE came out specifically just to paint you in a bad light. None of that actually makes sense, Daniel. Who would bring them out and why? Why was that said? Probably because it's true. Well, Malaya's side of the family just hate my fucking guts. I wonder why that is. Because this fucking weirdo tweaker just moved into Malaya's life 2 weeks after fucking lying to her on Facebook. She got fucking catfished, everybody. Malaya Brooks Murray got catfished by this tweaker on Facebook dating, moved in after 2 weeks, and the problem started to float to the surface. I wonder what that could be. Daniel not bringing anything to the table? Just some bum that fucking moved in? Some weirdo bitch? Now he's supposed to be part of this family just after 2 weeks, and he's entitled to all of Malaya's fucking monthly benefit money? Not to mention all of the perks and benefits that maybe Patty gets? No wonder the fucking problem started, bitch boy. But your answer to all of this was moving back into the trailer with Janie. And she moved out into the fucking driveway. Into the broken down, shitty old RV that Kent Corbett gave her. Didn't even cost her a thing. He probably made money on it.
Well, if you know what a four-wheeler is, it's only big enough for two people. Justin was driving, I was sitting on the back, so we made Daniel sit on the front because there was no room for him to sit on the back with me. Okay, no problem. I'm sorry, people, but I do not accept friends' requests, so please don't send them to me. Is there anything else you want me to clear up? Because I'm going to bed soon. So, if you got any questions, ask them now. Okay, I already answered this question. My brother called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town. I said no, I was going back to bed. So I laid back down. I was playing on Facebook. I dozed off. I'm not sure what exactly
Slow down
time.
there,
I
honey.
didn't look at the clock. My dog woke me up. I heard the kids outside. And then I dozed back off again, and the next thing you know, I heard Daniel hollering Jack and Lily's name. Then about maybe 5-10 minutes after I heard him, I'm not sure exact what time because I didn't look at the clock. And when I opened the door, Malaya was standing there in front of the RV, and I said, "Dude, what's up?" And she said, "The kids are missing."
Shut your mouth, woman. Listen and look at Danny now. Danny doesn't have anything in his hair in this photo. What's going on? What's going on, dude? What was in your hair, bro? How come Danny boy doesn't have it in his hair here? How dare Patty throw me out and tell me to grow up, says Anita Benita. You figure that's what he's saying? This is my girl now. I'm going to come in and move in. I'm going to get her knocked up. I'm going to spread my seed in this woman. I'm going to put a bun in the oven. And we're going to move back to Pictou County, Lansdowne Station, into my mom's trailer on Garlock Road. And things are going to work themselves out because we can live there rent-free, baby. Just like rent-free, like I'm living in Darren Getty's head. Rent-free. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Danny boy is not allowed to drive the ATV, but she let him drive her car and crash it. And he actually did drive the ATV, so another lie, Robin says. Great observations. Cool J, exactly. Daniel is another useless Nova Scotia man waiting around for the parents to die so they can get their property and sell it. Conning women and saying they'll be rich one day. Well, he'll be rich in something. Rich in fucking attention because he's fresh meat in at the penitentiary. He's going to be popular on movie night. Corey, he lost the days on the math cycle. Him and Malaya were probably fighting daily, and he knew she was on her way out. Yeah, I would have to agree with you. It would probably have to be a constant thing. When they did talk, they would end up fighting. Do you know why? I bet, hey guys, I wonder why. Do you think it's because they moved in after knowing each other for 2 weeks on Facebook dating? They shacked up? Oh, I'm surprised things didn't fucking work out. Dude catfished her. Danny catfished Malaya. Oh, I'm gonna be that Danny I was when I first met you. You know, like within the first 2 weeks of us meeting. Do you wanna move into my grandma's house with me? I've been thinking. This last 2 weeks has been going so well. And I want to be with you all of the time. Oh, wouldn't that be so cool if we could like spend like all the time together and didn't have to do anything, and we could live off Grandma Patty for the rest of our fucking lives? And when she got sick of us, we could just go out and live off my mom, Janie, for the rest of our lives, and we could stay high and fuck all the fucking time. You want to move in with me, Daniel? Do you want to come and move in? No, Patty won't mind whatsoever. Just another Facebook dating horror story. Just another reason to not put yourself through online dating, friends. You never know what the fuck you're going to get. Whatever it is, it's a projection and reasonable facsimile. It's not the person that you end up with. You want to get with somebody, go for a walk. Develop a personality. Learn to talk to people. Get yourself out and about. You don't do it on Facebook dating. This is what happens. I think Patty kicking DM out was her trying to protect Malaya. I would think so. She just didn't realize Malaya was so desperate for a man. Yeah, she needs a man. I'm sure 2 weeks he was saying he wanted a forever love. Listen, I think you're the one. Girl, you know it's true. I think you're the one. Could you imagine him sending Malaya all of those text messages that he sent someone like Taylor? Oh, yeah, baby, I can't wait to give you a good night kiss. Uh-huh. Yeah. Let me slip my tongue in there. Let me lick your toes. You mind if I smell your feet for a while? Let's see what kind of text old Danny likes to send, ladies. Babe, most people are not intelligent. Oh, yeah, he's really putting the moves on. Baby, most people are not intelligent. Most people aren't as smart as me. Yeah, baby. I'm going to get you in your grandma's bedroom. I'm going to fuck you on her bed. Doesn't that turn you on? You don't want to have sex in your grandma's bed? God damn, that turns me on. Let's see. There's some Daniel messages. Oh, yeah. No, they know no. I messaged a retired police officer and said my biggest supporter is the one I don't mention. That's you. That's you, Malaya. Corey Edwards is saying, you're such a lowlife, Danny. No shit. What a dirty motherfucker. If there's ever a daytime movie made about fuckface here, I want to play him. I want to play Daniel. I'm going to be like the creepiest fucking Daniel you'll ever see. I'm going to terrify you. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be jerking off in a bush looking through your window, just like Danny does. ABI pry call rather cops on him. He has to be a serial stalker peeping Tom. Is that what you're getting? That type of guy? That vibe? I get that vibe from him and Derwood. Absolutely, I do. They're the ones bringing up these things. Now he's talking about being a chomo himself. He's worried about it. He's introducing all of these issues to us. Why? Patty wanted MBM to get a job or an education, but instead she got pregnant again. That might be true in cold, but Patty wanted Daniel to get the fuck out of the house. Daniel wanted to get out faster than he moved his punk ass in. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 from my fucking daughters. Again. All he's looking at is somebody just to leech off of to continue his lifestyle. Oh, she's an easy. Look at how easily he fucked her over into moving in. You can pretty much talk that girl into anything in that sense. She's going to believe pretty much anything that you tell her. Except it's going to run out at some point in time. So she started going really downhill after she was separated from the people who were keeping her grounded, which were Patty and whoever else was living in that house before Fuckface moved in. Right? That was her lifeline. When they told Danny Boy to get the fuck to walking, to get out and never to come back again, that's when maybe it really started for Malaya. Robin Edwards says, I chew the ABC gum from the bottom of my shoe before kissing that creep. It's like the math version of the Wizard of Oz house music. That's a good analogy. Babe, most people are not intelligent. When you have money, you get an education and poof, just like that, a dummy turns into an educated dummy, LOL. You can tell this guy hasn't even passed fucking high school. Babe, I really hope you're not watching anything online about me. Ooh, I hope you're not watching anything online about me. You're not watching anything negative. You're not watching A Balance's channel. You're not watching AB roast the fuck out of you son of a bitches at every turn. Analyzing statements like a maniac. Firehose says, I wonder where he lived with his ex-wife and kids. Do you think it was with Janie? Who are you wondering, Firehose? Wonder where he lived with his ex-wife and kids. Do you think it was at home with Janie? Probably not. I don't know, Firehose, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if Daniel moved out of Janie's fucking bedroom, out of her lingerie drawer, and into Patty's house, and then got kicked out of Patty's house and had to come home? Oh, that would suck. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I wonder what his ex-wife has to say about Danny. I wonder what, like, the worst thoughts going through her mind at this point in time are. She'd be an interesting interview, probably. Darlene, IDT Cody could have stopped anything court ruled in favor of MBM, and no way DM would have let Cody see the kids. Oh, I don't know. I don't even like going there yet. Too much of a distraction this early. Baby, don't watch The Truth About Me online, Marley says. That's right. Not that it mattered anyway. He's got all these solid fucking characters that he plays himself up for picking up the ladies on the Facebook dating. What a fucking freak, dude. Bonnie Randall, what's going on, girl? I thought you were in here already. You came back? My God, welcome. Jennifer says she thought she was going to Stardew and she ended up in Breaking Bad. What the hell is Stardew? But okay. The ex-wife is protecting her children by not speaking. She knows him well, Ruby says. Well, I'm just curious. I wonder if he's just as ugly as she is. Or she's just as ugly as he is. Must be looking like a twin of Daniel, a female version. I wonder how he feels about his kids saying that they seen him abusing Jack and Lil. I don't really care about how he feels. Meep. How he feels is unimportant. You bet the RCMP have spoken to her? I would think so. Anita Benita, Detective Tam, IDK, what the hell is that? Sit, but he should never have had to fight is my point. A mother should value a father's relationship with their kids, but I think MBM was thinking about benefits, SS and that. I don't think that she had a realistic outlook on what life was in the first place to even say that, Anita. There wasn't a whole lot of thought put into her decisions other than out of personal self and, childish feelings. She's never put her kids in the forefront. It's always been about how she looks primarily. If you're worried about your children, you don't move a dude in 2 weeks. You're desperate. You need a man. You don't even care who it is. You'll hope that they just work out. You're taking a risk, and you fucking really lost. And that's how Janie and Daniel are telling you the same thing. It's all your fault, Malaya. You're the one who let Danny move in for 2 weeks. You should have been smarter and not had let him move in so quickly. Maybe you shouldn't have answered that fucking inbox, that DM in Facebook dating, girl. Cannot get my head around that someone married Daniel. There's somebody for everybody, VB. Cody didn't have to fight for her crap. He didn't even want visitation. Another loser buying rugs. No dollars to support his children, Marley says. Know what the deal is. It's tragic. It's too bad. But blame goes directly on the people who were responsible for raising Jack and Lily. Nobody seemed to really want to take that responsibility head on, and they still don't. Malaya put herself before Jack and Lily by engaging with this fucking loser and moving him in after 2 weeks of knowing him. She's always been a stooge. She's always been not fucking right in the head. Self-absorbed. Worried about how it is that she feels. Rather than how it is Jack and Lily are feeling. That's evident at this point. You can say that. That's sad to say. Mean maybe. But it's true. How could she have cared and bonded properly with Jack and Lily if she was so quick to chop and gun Cody out of their lives for really no reason. You want your child's father to be in their lives always. It shouldn't be, the father should never be out of the picture in the first place in an ideal situation. So how does it go from you totally isolating their father out? That doesn't say to me that you care very much about your kids. Not at all. That would be the opposite of what you need to do. If there was a legit reason for it, we would know it already, friends. Trust me. There's no good reason for it. She's done it because it was essentially a mistake. It was foolish. Well, it could, Norbeaster, no doubt. It could say jealousy and controlling tendencies, but I'm not here to label. I'm here to be more specific than that. Like, she's somebody who makes a lot of poor decisions in that sense when it comes to her own life and the future that her kids have or are going to have. Like, what the fuck does she think that she's going to do? And she just keeps having more of them. Childish, self-centered, and no sense of right or wrong. Yeah, Darlene, I think that's probably right. A misconstrued sense. Yeah, Corey Daniel got Malaya up there on the homestead, the farm, and cut her off for moral support. Yeah, that was more important to Malaya than anything. Her relationship with Patty, that's why she was on the phone with them so much. And it's an issue in this situation at this point, like it or not. It was such a problem that Daniel had to start going hands-on with her. It got physical. It hurt sometimes, Malaya described it as. How many times is sometimes? I would say that would be progressively more often the closer it came to the date of May the 1st, May the 2nd, 2025. We're talking only within a short amount of time their relationship has been kindled in the first place. It's only existed for 24 months. It's just a thought. Daniel, didn't take long for Daniel to show his evil ways. Oh, heaven forbid they look after their own problems, Anita Benita. They're adults. They're all still reliant on their mums and dads, to be so involved in their lives at this point with these children. That's fairly fucking needy. They're fairly childlike in the first place. They have a codependency problem. And it stems from not fucking working, not having anything to do, sitting around, getting high and drunk all the fucking time, fucked up priorities. Now you've found somebody who's willing to put themselves through whatever somebody else's problem is. Maybe they have the same problem. They're both just as stupid. But Bonnie, you don't know why she wanted another child when she couldn't take care of Jack and Lily? Well, problem is that she probably wasn't protecting safe sex, and it wasn't planned. Oh, yeah. Oh, a little more attention. She's one of those. She wants to reward her new man of 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. Guys, you wouldn't believe it. 2 weeks after we just met, I knew we moved in together. That's guaranteed instant regret. Something tells me that wasn't exactly a sober decision. But it didn't matter. They're both fucking inebriated all the time anyway. And at Patty's house, the kids probably wandered around in that sort of environment all the time. I would expect it to be an environment that had its own problems, because there's a whole lot of enabling going on there. And Patty, I hear, has problems herself. Malaya was Daniel's prey, it seems, but she knows she's doing what and happened to her children. 100. Yeah, Esther, I get you. Yeah, keep them barefoot and pregnant, Corey. I agree, but Wade, Cindy, and lots of others knew the situation they were in. Children's Aid came and this has still happened. So, yeah, there's still an issue. And they probably all recognize that Malaya doesn't pay attention to the kids like she should. Now that she has her muse in her life, she's spending a lot more time getting pissed up and in a state with her significant other while the children run around the background unattended. Malaya's on her phone and worried about how she looks on her Facebook profile and everything else. Jennifer, you say Metal looks so much healthier now. Notice they never mention cooking in the children anything. My daughter's in her 20s and I still know every meal I made in the last week. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Something that you both enjoy together, number one. That's a way that you bond with your child over the food that you cook them. You want to make them happy. It's one of the first interactions you had with a child when you're sitting there feeding them yogurt. My daughter still wants me to feed her yogurt to this day. And it stems from being a baby. She loved it in the baby seat. We love food. People love food in that sense. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be a bonding scenario with these individuals. But when have they had time to really share any sort of memories in that sense, or developed any? Why would you move in together within 2 weeks? What sort of thinking brought that on, I wonder? Oh, everything's going to be okay. I'm going to move this fucking weirdo in. I just met him. I'm going to move him in with all my kids, with Patty, everybody else in here, and things are just going to be fantastic. It's fine. We can sleep together. I can fit him in my bed. Oh, Daniel thinks that's just a great idea. Could you imagine how fucking awkward you should feel in that situation? That's how you can tell this guy's tweaking and not with reality. You got a lot of fucking nerve to come into somebody else's house and just shack up with the girl that they're trying to help out. Help get back on their feet with all of her kids after a divorce. And here comes you. You're getting hidden out in the bed. Who the fuck is this guy? That's the problem initially. Yeah, they don't like you very much, Daniel, because you're a scumbag. You're a fucking loser, pal. And there's lots of loser chicks out there as well. Why don't you go find them? Why don't you advertise that you're a fucking loser, number one? Maybe another loser will pick you up. That way, they don't get fooled when you move in after 2 weeks. Oh, you guys are starting to get at each other. Guys, let's love one another today. It's God's day. It's getting on 2.5 hours. We're going to go have some supper tonight, guys. We're going to continue this talk as things develop. Make sure that you check out Mike Demand's latest uploads. Nietzsche has a good one. Don't even worry about going and listening to that fucking idiot Derwood. I just gave you the breakdown in the beginning of this particular live stream. But we'll keep our ear to the ground, and things are developing a lot more quickly as things progress in the case against Daniel Martel. It's not looking very good for you guys. Leave you with some of... well, actually, let's leave each other with Janie's Got a Rake tonight. I think it's worth it. Danny, Janie's Got a Rake. What do you think? That's your song, bro. That's your song.
I know for 100% they won't find anything.
So what do you make of the fact that they are bringing the cadaver dogs in?
Thanks for listening.
Janie's got a rake.
Well, I'm actually pretty happy about that.
Janie's got a rake.
I even hope that they bring more than one.
She's got so much to do.
So what are you happy about?
Her driveway needs a pool.
I would just like to see maybe the social media speculation theories and accusations, maybe they're not going to stop, but slow down. Because at this point, they're getting ridiculous.
When Danny was arrested, they found him on the pipeline trail. In front of helicopters running, now that Janie's got a rake, Fluffy's never gonna be the same. Daniel's so fake, now what's he gonna do? Was he building a fence or clearing for a pool? Did the kids go to sleep at 10 or at 8? Little Danny boy can't escape his fate. Danny's more concerned about what you're thinking. The kids are an afterthought, let that sink in. Trolling the net pops up like a whack-a-mole. You wanna buy a story with a giant hole? Apparently Thursday had no detail. Here comes Mike on a mission to derail all of the BS Danny is speaking. International sea of guilt is leaking. Thinks he's so smart, but he never took the course. Forensic linguistics will knock him off his horse. Shout out to Tint for the 4K drone shots. Now it is clear that his house is in earshot. Mystery car running trips through the night. Observed by Wonk, he could even see the headline. Victim blaming is degrading the children. He's more concerned about the world's perception. Girl after girl, he receives rejection. At least he's got his mum when he needs some affection. Janie's got a rake.
So are you thinking that the dogs will go in there and won't find anything?
Janie's got a rake.
I know for 100% they won't find anything.
She's got so much to do.
I didn't do anything.
Her driveway needs a pool.
I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do
What did
anything.
her daddy do?
Those are 3 people on the property.
What did he put Jack and Lily through?
I mean, after the polygraph exam, I should have known right there. We didn't kill any of the kids.
They found him on the pipeline trail.
We didn't kill any of the kids. We didn't kill any of the kids.
In front of helicopters running, now that Janie's got a rake, Fluffy's never gonna be the same.
We didn't kill any of the kids.
Danny's on a roll, now he can't stop speaking. Plugging up the holes, but his ship is sinking. Thursday was just an ordinary day. I just spent 20 minutes trying to explain that nothing didn't happen and there are no details. Stupid dog handlers, they ain't gonna sniff trails. 100% they will not find nothing. That's a double negative, you dumb butt muffin. I was awake and asleep at the exact same time. Hang on, is Malaya's story lining up with mine? No cars were towed, but it's not at the impound. It wasn't in my name and the car makes no sense. This is a case of abuse and negligence. Jack and Lily are the victims of its consequence. Victim blaming is the mode of the family. You never hear anyone take responsibility. There were 3 adults on the block that night. People don't just vanish, get that right. Like John Benet Ramsey, there should be an indictment. And Janie is to blame for your incitement. You put up a wrench, but what the hell for? Like a bear can turn a handle but not slide a door. Your incessant rambling is a gift to detectives. So many contradictions, your tale is defective. Janie's got a rake.
Filled notebooks with just trying to help them find leads or
Janie's got a rake.
give them any kind of small detail, answer as many questions as I can, or you know, I'm doing everything I
Her
can.
driveway needs a pool.
So why do you think this step is necessary?
What did her Danny do?
Well, it just rules out one and brings the book a little bit closer to being
They
closed.
said when Danny was arrested, they found him on the pipeline trail.
I'm not going to say I'm doing well, but doing better than I was at the start, I guess.
Helicopters running, now that Janie's got a rake. Fluffy's never gonna be the same.
Tell me about the toll, like what you were just mentioning earlier about social media.
Yeah, social media has been